Hello, Aquarius. Saturn is set to ingress into the sign of Scorpio and begin a retrograde transit on the 15th of June. And on the 22nd, Jupiter is trine Uranus. This is going to be a complicated but a happy month for you, Aquarius. Now, let's see how your ruling planets of Saturn and Uranus affect you this month, Aquarius. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Aquarius angel Cambriel, who resides over your fixed air nature, and these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. First, we're going to deal with your love transmission from Cambriel. This is, of course, a priority, always. And your guardian angel is Raphael, who resides over the air signs. And specifically for you, we attenuate it and focus it to focus on you, Aquarius, and that's your teaching angel, Cambriel. So what we have for you this month is on the 2nd, there is a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And how that's going to affect you, because the moon affects a lot of these subconscious aspects and love aspects. And when we have a full moon, things are kind of highlighted and kind of energized and charged up. We're going to have an increase in your psychic abilities manifest because of this full moon on the 2nd in Sagittarius. It's going to cause you to become a sort of a bright light or a beacon to others who are a bit lost and don't know how to utilize their psychic abilities. Because there's people who get very confused or begin to get into some illusory or delusional aspects when they overdo psychic ability. And you're going to be able to utilize your clarity to assist these people when they get off course. So you're going to want to understand that you're going to be able to peer into other dimensions. And that's what might seem a little startling to you when you're seeing things that seem in the 3D world that are seeming to come to you from another dimension. You're going to actually hear it with clairaudience or see it, clairvoyance, and you might feel it, clairsentience. And these abilities are going to accelerate in you. They're going to intensify. They're going to become bright. And you'll be able again to use your clarity to help those who don't know what they're looking at and are thrown off by what they see and might think that they're going crazy or something when actually they're just gaining abilities. And you'll be able to help and assist with these kinds of difficulties. Because as it says in the book by Julian Jaynes, The Origins of Consciousness and the Bicameral Mind, when people are having clairvoyance or clairaudience, they may think they're going nuts. Just the right brain talking to the left brain is all it is. It's what happens when people become aware and conscious and have a new level of consciousness. It becomes confusing. They think they're going crazy, when actually they're just getting a new skill. And it's like when a baby first starts to learn how to walk and falls down and doesn't know how to walk or bumps into things. But as they begin to understand where they're at and have clarity, they can maneuver and navigate through that particular world that they're in. So this is what's going on with people. So a lot of times people think someone's having a problem when actually they're just having a new skill and they need to learn how to use it, that's all. Okay, on the 16th, we have a new moon in Gemini. And what that's going to cause is it's going to allow you to utilize your basic common sense in alignment with your survival instinct. Because survival instincts can cause people to overreact and become quite frightened, especially when it comes to matters of family or friendship or love. People get all in a tizzy when it comes to, does someone love me? Is my family member okay? All of this. People get very possessive, and then people's survival instincts crop up, and those become it can become almost a threat to survival when it's overdone. Therefore, Aquarius is going to be able to help people who are utilizing, these types of overdone survival instincts. And Aquarius can help to sort of use common sense to mellow that out so that these survival instincts just become good, basic, just like the basics of understanding how to deal with people in the emotional aspects of life where people might become overly protective or overly fearful of losing someone, overly possessive. So this will be an area you can help people quite a bit during June, Aquarius. Now for your transmission from Cambriel for money, cash injections are possible, but one has to have better attitudes about giving and taking with money. Just sort of understand that you're cared for and that you're not really going to have a difficulty, and you'll get a cash injection. You get the cash injections that you need. Now you do have to be a little patient. There's a few planetary aspects that are going on that are going to free up in a few months, especially around the latter part of the summer, first part of the fall in the northern hemisphere. For those down under, you understand. It'll be in a few months. So you got to kind of wait for this next 3 months to go by, and you have to sort of have a better attitude during that time. And that's not saying the cash injections won't come during this time, but you'll see sort of a more streamlined or just a more smooth financial flow of money if you can just be patient with a better attitude over the next 3 or 4 months. That would be helpful because of some of these planetary aspects that we'll go over here at the end of this transmission as we get into the planetary facets, the optical, the highlights that we're going to go over for you later for Saturn and Uranus. Okay, now regarding your health, Cambriel's healing transmission for you, Aquarius. This is a month, June, where because of the summer and winter solstice, northern and southern respectively, this is healing for your legs, your knees, and your skeletal system. You can also have healing of the 3rd and 5th chakra. The 3rd chakra is the solar plexus, and the 5th chakra is the throat chakra. You can have healing in these areas. Please remember that if you're afraid of having some kind of war of words with someone, that you need to see that person in front of you and circulate that person through the chakra, breathing them in and through the chakra. Or if you're afraid of the ego being injured, breathe them through the solar plexus, because your chakras have an entrance and an exit point out the back. You can also circulate it this way. You want to clean out these chakras. Okay, it's very important. That's very overly stimulating work, but it's very helpful. And you have to, sort of be very gingerly, allowing yourself to go through these types of chakra healing techniques, because they can overstimulate the heart or the throat or the solar plexus, but they're very helpful indeed if you do them. It is helpful. It does work. Another thing you might want to do to understand that you are manifesting your reality is to inhale and close your eyes and exhale and open your eyes, and you'll see that you're manifesting your reality that way, because you are. And being a born-again Christian is to understand that you take full responsibility for everything that you're manifesting, and that's the concept of being born again, to become responsible in the moment. And to understand that really all this waiting for this to happen or that to happen, it's happening now. If it's not happening now, it's not happening. But understand where everything is happening now. But in every moment, you're dealing and you're focusing on what you can deal with. And when you can deal with whatever it is you think you want, you'll go to that part of your reality and you'll deal with it. If there's something in this world that you want that you don't have, at this point, if you do understand that you do want it, just understand that you're not ready to deal with it yet. And when you're ready to deal with it, you'll have it. So it's not so much that you don't want it anymore, more that you, because we always say, if there's something that you don't want, it's because part of you doesn't want it. At this point, and at this juncture, we're saying to you, specifically Aquarius, you just aren't ready to deal with it. So you have it on a back burner. You want it, but you don't want to deal with it yet. That's all. When you're ready to deal with it, you'll deal with it. All right. So that's in everything in your life. And if understanding this will help you in matters of health. Make sure that you also understand that with the solstice on the 21st, especially in the north where it's a summer solstice, and the sun is exalted, we're in the south, the moon is exalted. What you want to understand is that there might be an overabundance of yang qi. So I'm going to check with an acupuncturist, a licensed acupuncturist, to make sure that your qi is not overstimulated. And you also want to make sure that you check with your licensed chiropractors if you want to do a lot of chakra work, which is directly associated with the spine, or if you want to check with your licensed naturopathic physician, allopathic physicians that are schooled in some of these other modalities as well, which many of them are, or your homeopathic physicians. So you want to check with them, or Qigong masters, Kali Masada masters, people that are masters in various forms of martial arts can help you balance these types of energies that are very stimulating, and you don't want to overstimulate. You want to make sure you manage all the power coming to you, Aquarius. Now for some of your planetary aspects and facets that we'd like to highlight for you this month that we feel are important for you. Remember that Saturn is currently retrograde in Sagittarius, and it will move into Scorpio on the 15th. Okay? And when it moves into Scorpio, it's going to transit retrograde on the 15th into Scorpio. That's Saturn, okay? On the 2nd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, on the 6th, we have Venus trine Saturn. On the 15th, Saturn ingress into Scorpio. Again, we're rehashing that. Retrograde transit. 16th, new moon in Gemini. Okay, on the 21st, that's the summer, winter solstice, north, south, respectively. 21st, sun in conjunct Saturn. That could be a little bit testy between you and Leo, especially with the solstice as well. But that'll pass. On the 23rd, Mars in conjunct Saturn. That could be a little bit of a problem with Aquarius. But keep it sportsmanlike. The competition won't be so bad, because in conjunct isn't that bad of a, it's not like a opposition. It's not as bad. Okay, now Uranus on the 2nd, full moon again in Sagittarius. 9th, Mars sextile Uranus. The 10th, Sun sextile Uranus. Those are more beneficial for your relationships with Aries and Leo. On the 21st, again with the solstice, just try not to get into it with people. On the 22nd, Jupiter trine Uranus. That's good for you and Sagittarius, or you and Pisces. On 29th, Venus trine Uranus is good for you and your Libra or Taurus friends or emotional relationships. Okay, Aquarius. This is your angelic horoscope transmission from your Aquarius angel, Cambriel. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us, and join us again next month